A 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. For tonight's game, we'll be watching the Los Angeles Lakers as they go up against the Kings out in Sacramento. Well, for Sacramento, 5-5 over their last 10 games, but they're not satisfied with 500 ball. Looking to tack one onto the win tally tonight. And the clock ticking down to tip off. Kenny, you won 2 championships, might I remind you, back to back. Explain to us the makeup of a champion.
Well,
and not the makeup you're wearing right now.
I never
but the
wear
makeup of a championship team.
However, number one is the belief. You have to believe and trust in your teammates. Trust is the most important thing. And most people think trust comes from on the offensive end, but it's trust on the
This is 2K Sports broadcasting from Sacramento as the Kings take it to the hardwood. So for the Lakers, their last game a loss to the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
And hard to say whether it was the game plan defensively that let them down or just the inability to really bring the fire on that side of the ball.
And, guys, it was a bit befuddling to me as to why they stuck with it. I mean, they dug themselves a hole and couldn't find the tweaks they needed to get out of it.
All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Taking a look at the Lakers. Fultz, he's in at shooting guard. Roy Hibbert is out there with Randall. Then it's Russell. And it's James in at the 3. And here is Los Angeles now after the Kings pick up 2. Freak kicks to James. Feeds it to Hibbert. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Gay. To the paint. There's the dish to Cousins. Collison up top. Motiejunas has the open look on the money from 12 feet away. Motiejunas has got his first points in this one. Russell against Collison. Russell passes to Freak. And the foul called on Freak. That's his first foul.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
First quarter, just over a minute played. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Yes, Sacramento's head coach and I were able to chat. There are a lot of big names to deal with in this one, but perhaps none bigger than LeBron James. He told me planning for LeBron is a headache because he can do so much on the floor, saying there isn't a hole in his game. The only real way to slow him down is to get him working against himself. Physically, there is no answer for LeBron.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Here's Collison following the basket by Freak. Collison kicks to Motiejunas. Here's Hardaway, an easy 2 points on the layup. Hardaway has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Well, Greg, I know you're a little guy, but you know what it means to box out, and it's an effort thing and a mindset deal. You got to get your body between that other player and the ball.
Randall. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
And in that game, guys, their three-point shooting really was their own worst enemy. Even when they got the open looks, they just had an inability to knock them down.
And, guys, you've seen it happen to every team. You have to be a threat from beyond the arc nowadays, and if your team goes cold, it really can sabotage your game.
And it was not a clean block. Whistle blows and a foul on the defender here. It's a shooting foul, so free throws will be coming up, and he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
And to look at his percentage from the line, you see him at 89%. That's an indicator of what a consistent stroke he has.
And boy, I tell you what, he's really coming to his own this year. I mean, that is an enormous step up from what he shot at the line last season. If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there.
With the shot. And the shot no good, a bit short.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Collison dishes to Hardaway. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Hardaway has got 7 points in the game. LeBron kicks to Randall, and stolen by Cousins. LeBron against Collison. Now here's Moniunas. Not a lot of room. And then Cousins with the dunk.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case. It looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Kings leading now by 8. Screen by Cousins. Passes to Moniunas. Got a piece of it.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Collison with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Moniunas a screen on James. Off the pick. Gay can't get it to go.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
James outside. The 3. With the second effort. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Kings.
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
Yeah, also something I like out of them so far, they're throwing their bodies around in the paint, and the physicality is taking its toll.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Cousins. Robinson comes in for Moniunas. Lance Thomas, he's checked in for Rudy Gay. And Cole subbed in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Here's Clarkson. Sacramento making their last shot. Freak kicks to Harkless. Looking for Clarkson. He gets it there. Launches it. And Freak gets it to go on the assist by Harkless. And 11 points for Freak.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
That's a major mental mistake. I mean, there's no other way for me to describe it. He didn't know where he was on the court.
Larry Nance on the court.
He's checked in for Cauley-Stein. Moniunas comes in for Thomas Robinson. Rudy Gay's checked in for Thomas. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Darren Collison. Moniunas out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Rudy Gay. Then there's Hardaway. And it's Cole in at the point. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Pass to Freak. Cuts off the pass. Kings leading now by 10. Out to the right wing. Hardaway passes to Moniunas. Moniunas, that's a screen for Gay. Over in the corner, Cole. Knocks it loose. He goes up again and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
An open jump shot there, and their D not putting up any resistance today.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Thunder was just a man on a mission. He ended up with 44 points and did his work from a pair of lines, hitting from both beyond the arc and from the charity stripe. Absolutely incredible numbers from him in a monstrous game.
And thank you, Doris. It was a performance that has to have their upcoming opponents terrified.
Yeah, I think they'll be a little afraid. I mean, anybody who saw that game has to still be in awe of what he was able to do. Just absolutely dominant.
Oh, I tell you, he was in such a rhythm and on a roll. He could have won that game all by himself.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. And Cole kicks to Gay. Cousins with a screen for Gay. Shot clock at 6. From the arc. Rebounded by the Lakers. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
And how about the game plan that was constructed for that one? I mean, it was apparent how powerless the D was to stop it.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I mean, they just didn't have an answer for anything they threw at him.
Here's Cole. He's guarded by Russell. There's a screen by Motiejunas. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Motiejunas. While there's a break, let's take a look at this past month's assist leaders among small forwards in the NBA. LeBron James second.
The passes we've seen some of these guys make from the wing, just outstanding, truly gifted distributors.
I tell you what, you could put the isolated cam on these guys and you would notice how flawlessly they execute those entry passes. They create so many easy baskets in the low post because of how on time and on target those feeds are. That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
Picked by Randall. LeBron kicks to Freak. 1:41 left in the first half. 4 on the clock. Picked by Randall. Jumper off the screen. And with that shot, the Kings lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Freak.
How about the screen that frees him up, though, for the jumper?
Cole dishes to Plumlee. There's a good screen. On deep, Gay. And it's Freak with the rebound. And here's Los Angeles. They've got an 8-0 run. And the shot is good. Now just a 5-point Kings lead.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
And Cole kicks to Cousins. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Cousins has got 6.
And the game of basketball is one of runs, and right now this one's definitely not over.
No, it certainly isn't. I mean, if they string together a few more baskets and get a couple of stops, I mean, this game will be tight again just like that. So stay tuned.
James, a screen on Hardaway. To the left wing. They get a hand on it. Plumlee with the steal. And now Sacramento on the break. And the rejection by James. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And too long on the shot. Kings leading now by 7. Here's Cole. Coming in off a 10-point performance last game out. The feed to Cousins. LeBron with some nice D.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And so we conclude the first half.
Well, the offense has obviously been a struggle. What do you think you can do better to make up ground on them?
We just have to wait for the right shot, really. We want to get even with them, but too often we're trying to do it all in one trip. Stay patient, wait for that can't miss shot.
Thank you for your time. This one far from over, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter underway. Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, he's played just a smart game overall offensively, looking for and finding the gaps in the defense, and also terrific shot selection.
Greg, that's exactly what we're talking about when we talk about being efficient as an offensive player. Fully on display there with him.
So the Lakers 5 right now. Fultz in at shooting guard. LeBron James is out there with Julius Randle. Then it's Roy Hibbert, and it's Russell in at the point guard.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush. And a few more points tacked on to their lead in the cruelest way possible.
You're right. Yeah. Those putback jams sting, don't they? My goodness.
Yeah, they really hurt you. I mean, the defense forces a miss and then can't rebound it and finish off the defense. They're hanging their heads in their chest now.
Hardaway kicks to Collison. Back to Hardaway. Jacks up a three. Can't hit. So the Lakers will take it the other way. And that will conclude a 4-game road trip. Fultz. Here's LeBron. And they'll keep possession. Collison against LeBron. Moniunas kicks to Hardaway. And stolen by Hibbert. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Right wing. Randall passes to Freak. And that one's good. Freak's got 23 points.
And he's been the key for their offense with the way he shot the basketball.
Yeah, he's most certainly not the reason they're in the hole. I mean, his percentage has been outstanding.
And checking out some numbers here for Collison. How his last 10 games have gone. He's putting up 9 points a game, 6 assists, and 2 rebounds. They're loving how he's running the show here. His sensational passing really breathing life into their offense.
You know, the scheme just seems to run much more smoothly when he's in the game because he knows where everybody is at all times.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Cousins. And it's Lance Thomas in for Rudy Gay. While we have the chance, we'd like to reveal the list of the past month's best fast break teams in the NBA. In third, the Lakers.
I mean, it's about the pace they played with here offensively. They don't look like they're showing any signs of slowing down.
Russell dishes to Freak. LeBron sets the screen for Freak. He feeds it to LeBron. He kicks it to Freak. Clock at 6. From outside, off the mark.
And still looking for his first triple of the second half. He had 3 at halftime.
No one near him. Moniunas, no luck. Lakers trail by 7. And a wide open look for Freak. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. James has got 4 assists now tonight.
Heads up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
A drive by Collison. Out to Hardaway. All sorts of time. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag it.
Russell with it. Now, Thomas defending, and he recovers it. Three-pointer. Cauley-Stein grabs the board. Kings leading now by 5. Left side, Hardaway. Dishes it to Moniunas. Sacramento moving it around. The shot is off. Nice D from Freak.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
Just didn't get his hands up in time on that one. They weren't on the same page there.
Some changes for Sacramento. Thomas Robinson comes in for Moniunas. And Cole subbed in for Tim Hardaway Jr. The Lakers also with the sub. Clarkson's checked in. The Kings have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
And the Lakers with some changes. Larry Nance is checked in for Randall. Harkless comes in for James. And it's Williams in for Russell.
Steady work at the free throw line. Just what we're used to seeing out of him.
And he gets the bucket.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
A drive by Collison. True on the 14-footer. And the Kings lead by 7. Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Fultz, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
And Cole kicks to Robinson. Nance with some nice D. Lakers trail by 5. There's the pass to Freak. To the inside. Harkless dishes to Nance. Cauley-Stein grabs the board. Kings have gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. Right side Robinson. Robinson missing again.
Unnecessary to go to the fadeaway there. It wasn't needed. Could have just kept it simple and taken the easy shot.
Now here's Freak. He's guarded by Thomas. Here's Fultz. It's tipped. 1:10 left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Cole. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. They set the pick. Again, the miss by the Kings. Lakers trail by 5. Pass to Freak. For 3. And he gets the bucket. Freak's got 11 points in the quarter.
There you go. That's the stroke we saw in the first half.
The Kings shooting in this game 45%. Here's Cole. He's covered by Clarkson. Deep 2 from Collison. Outside for Thomas. There's a screen by Robinson. Second chance shot. That's good. Cole's got his second basket of the night.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have. Some hang time on that rim, puts a little whipped cream on that angel food cake there.
It's a tight ball game, and those displays of strength, Clark, can get one team rolling.
Agreed.
And also the other on its heels. Let's see how this one turns out.
No good. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Kings lead by 2. And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, some changes here for the Kings. Miles Plumlee's checked in for Monty Eunice. And Thomas subbed in for Hardaway. And then for the Lakers, Roy Hibbert's checked in for Dallenberg. Randall comes in for James. And Freak subbed in for Maurice Harkless. We've got Plumlee. Norris Cole is out there with Rudy Gay. Then it's Thomas. And it's Cousins in at the power forward. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Clock is at 3, and it's Freak missing. The Kings trail by 3. Kicks it to Cousins. Gay passes to Plumlee. Back to Gay. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
And you're starting to see some tired legs on those defenders as we come down the stretch here, Clark.
Outside, Russell. He dishes it to Randall. Tipped away. Russell kicks to Freak. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Guys, during that break, Sacramento's head coach had some words for his team. With his threes, he said, stop with the bombs and work it inside.
Thanks, Doris. Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Monty Eunice is checked in for Miles Plumlee. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Thomas. And it's Collison in for Norris Cole. Wasted no time on that one. And that's now 10 points for Rudy Gay.
Well, nothing was going down for him in the first half. But since the break, he's been on target.
1:36 left in the fourth. Collison kicks to Cousins. To take the lead. Got a hand on it. Williams dishes to Hibbert. Rebounded by Hardaway.
Frozen. The guy is just ice cold, unable to contribute offensively.
It's Gay on the wing. Oh, and they take the lead. Gay's got 10 points here in the second half.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Russell kicks to Freak. Bounces high off the rim and drops. And the Lakers lead by 1.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
All right, Sacramento, please welcome to the court America's best dance crew, your Sacramento Kings dance team.
so here's Sacramento. Here's Cousins, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Cousins playing well. He's got 14 points and a couple of great-looking rejections. So far, 2 blocks.
Yeah, you know, he's had a great feel for their ball movement down low and for where to be when the shot's going up.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Lakers.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
Outside, Russell feeds to Freak. Russell against Collison. Just 5 on the clock. Williams kicks to Freak. That 3 off the mark. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Nobody near Gay. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. Dish now to Freak from deep three-point range. And the foul goes on Roy Hibbert. That's foul number 2 for him. Collison kicks to Gay. Yes!
Crisp pass into the paint.
Six seconds left to play in the final quarter. Here's Fultz. It's good! He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot. Regulation is ended, and we're heading to overtime. And we'll be back right after the start of overtime just upon us as they get ready for the jump ball. And it's the Kings to start out. And away we go here with post-regulation basketball. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the floor for Sacramento, we've got Rudy Gay. Moniunas up there with DeMarcus Cousins. And there's Collison, and it's Hardaway in at the shooting guard position.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
And the second free throw, good.
Yeah, that's a big miss right there. Now only a 1-point lead.
Outside Collison. To the paint, here's Cousins. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. 17 points here for Cousins. The Lakers trail. Here's Randall. Soft touch off the glass.
Well-executed possession. They controlled the shot. Nicely done.
The Kings shooting 47% from the floor. Getting it done. Passes it to Cousins. Down low. Here's Gay. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
How about the game for Rudy Gay? He has 14 points and also a blocked shot.
Rudy Gay.
And the first one at the line is good. Rudy Gay hits them both.
He's got ice water in his veins, fellas. No way he's going to miss from the line when the game's still hanging in the balance. I've seen him make too many in this situation.
LeBron passes to Freak and stolen by Cousins. And now the Kings fast break. He's got the ball. Offensive rebound. LeBron with some nice D.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean, there's no denying that. Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Right side, Collison. And stolen by Freak. Pass to LeBron. Here's Fultz. Rebound by the Kings. Hardaway's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Right wing from downtown. Makes that one his 6th of the night. Shooting a very healthy 6 for 9. And that bucket ignites the crowd.
Crucial bucket there, and you hear it in their reaction.
And the emotions of these fans right now boiling over after that shot. Oh, it's scary because he's just been a matchup nightmare in this game. He's eaten up anybody they've thrown at him.
Outside Collison. Buries it.
They don't get any bigger than that basket.
They needed it, Greg, and he gave it to them.
Clarkson kicks to Freak. Yes!
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he fixed the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
Got sloppy. In a close game, you have to take advantage of every opportunity.
Guys, this possession could decide their fate.
So that means they've got to be very careful with the basketball right now.
Picked by Randall. There's the feed to Clarkson. To the inside. Hibbert. Money!
Boy, he quieted the crowd with that big shot. That's a big play.
Ouch. That was a punch in the gut to these fans.
Moniunas dishes to Gay. Here's Hardaway. Count it!
Boy, oh boy, to be young again. My, oh my. You got me thinking back to my day.
Oh, yeah, right. It does make you nostalgic, doesn't it?
Well, speak for yourself, because I could never throw it down like that, but I will say it sure looks fun, doesn't it?
And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
Exactly. I mean, you got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
Absolutely massive free throws. That'll force them into a 3-point attempt. A 3-pointer here might have us headed to another overtime period.
Here's Moniunas. No good from 3-point territory. And an intentional foul there stops the clock. It's the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so he drops them both. It's a 5-point game.
And that's exactly how you close a game out. Those free throws will bury them for sure.
Dishes to Cousins. Fades. And so the Lakers take the win. They escape with a victory, although they needed Clark an extra period to get it done.
Well, I think it was one heck of a ball game. Both teams gave great effort, and the bounces.
Kevin, I'm here with Roy Hibbert. Roy, what does this sort of grind-it-out win say about your basketball team?
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak. Just a monster first quarter of the game. He came out hot and just never cooled down. That boost he gave his team early on, a huge factor.
You know, Freak was a 4.0 honor student growing up. And tonight, that high IQ is one of the things we saw on display with that sensational performance. Combine his smarts with the fact that he lives and breathes basketball, there's no doubt that he's one of the most intelligent players we have in this league.
Boom, boom, boom. That's right, Ernie. Instruments. This guy was instrumental tonight in making sure they avoided a second straight loss. They needed somebody to step up tonight, and he was their guy.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is